Hey everybody, this is the eye we are going to make. I made this eye for my character, which you can see on the left. It's a fully procedural workflow, and I will show you the step-by-step process. Alright everyone, let's start with the Blender default scene. First, select the camera, lamp and cube. Press X, and delete them. Hover your mouse over the timeline's top line, right-click, and choose Join Down. Press Shift+A. From the Mesh menu choose UV Sphere. Press Tab to enter edit mode. Press R, then X for X-axis rotation. Lean slightly over the Y-axis and press 90 for a precise 90-degree rotation. Now zoom towards the front area of the sphere. You can press Ctrl plus spacebar for a better view. Now make sure you are in vertex modes, or in simple points mode. Then select the middle vertex and press G, then press Y. But make sure to turn on proportional editing, the tool which affects other vertices also without selecting. Make a disk structure, but don't push too much inside. Watch carefully. Later, I will also show you how you can adjust the texture by moving vertices, so you can get the perfection you want. Now, select the second loop of vertices and press G, then Y, and move backwards just a little bit. But don't affect the red zone vertices that I'm showing you. You can press Shift for a more precise movement. Press the G key twice to slide the whole loop. This will be our black pupil. Then, press Ctrl plus R and add a loop cut in the middle of the eye circle. This will act as the muscle separation. After that, add another loop cut near the border of the iris. Then, go into Object mode, press the right mouse button, and choose Shade Smooth. Now, move your mouse over the bottom right corner of the Properties window. A plus sign will appear. Click on it to split the window. Then, change the sphere's name to Eye in the Outliner menu. After changing the name, bring your mouse cursor to the top line of the Properties window, right-click, and choose Join Up. Then, hide the Properties window as well by choosing Join Right. After that, change the second window that we split to the shader editor by selecting it from the menu. OK, now, press the New button in the shader editor. This will give us the default principled BSDF and material output nodes connected in the scene. Disconnect the BSDF node from the material output. Now, press Shift-A, and from the texture menu, select Gradient Texture. Then, connect it with the material output node after changing the mode from solid to material preview mode. You can see the gradient is linear, so change it to spherical in the gradient node, but we don't get the results we want. So press Ctrl-T to add the mapping and texture coordinate node. But this will only work if you have activated the Node Wrangler add-on in Edit Preferences. Now disconnect the node from Generated and connect it with Object in the Texture Coordinate node. And boom! This will give us the results we want, but you can see the checker gradient on the body of the eye that we don't want. We just want the white circle area. So to get rid of the checker pattern, press Shift+A and add a color ramp from the Converter menu. I am activating the wireframe look in the Overlay menu so you don't get confused. After that, in the color ramp, select the black handle and slide it a little bit to get rid of the checker pattern, and also slide the white handle towards the black. By doing this, the gradient between black and white will be less. And one tip for precise sliding, press Shift and slide the position value in the color ramp. Okay guys, our iris mask is completed. Now save it so you don't lose your work. Now, we will give a frame to our first node tree branch. For that, press Shift+A, and from the Layout menu, choose Frame. Then, put our mask node inside the frame, and give the frame the name Iris Mask. OK, now, from the Texture menu, add a Voronoi texture. Then move the iris mask up a little bit. Then, from the Color menu, add a Mix Color node. Then, connect the Mix node's output to the Material output, and the Voronoi texture's distance output to the Color B input of Mix node. Now, our top iris mask branch will act as a mask. You will understand quickly. Now, join the color output point of the color ramp to the factor output of the Mix node. And boom, our mask is working perfectly. Then, change the top color slot of the Mix node to pure black. Play with the scale in the Voronoi texture node, then press Ctrl+T to add mapping and texture coordinate node. And in texture coordinate, connect normal input to vector output of mapping node. This will give a little bit of the structure we want. Then again, play with scale, but for now just copy what I'm doing. Later you can change according to your need. Add color ramp for better separation of black and white color. Move the handle as I'm moving and play with the scale in the Voronoi texture node. Then go into edit mode and select the middle vertices loop and press G, then Y, and bring it a little bit forward. By doing this, we will get a realistic and better muscle structure look. Then again, play with the scale. Now, we will add color to our eye after a long wait. Zoom in near the color ramp and start giving the colors as I am giving them. For the black color, take a color picker and add a blue color, then lower the value. This will give a nice look. Now, we will add a little bit of a yellowish gradient around the pupil. For that, we will use our iris mask node tree. Select all of its nodes and press Shift+D to duplicate the node tree, then remove it from the frame. Then, connect the color ramp's color output to point A of the Mix node. After that, add a new color ramp in between the iris mask node tree and the Mix node. Then, adjust the sliders as I do. By changing to B-spline in the color ramp, we will get a smoother gradient. Okay, now the coloring of our iris is done. Now, frame the iris color node tree and give it the name Iris Color. Okay, now we will make sclera, the white part of eye. For that also, we will use gradient texture. So add it, and change it mode to spherical, and connect it with material output for preview. Then press Ctrl-T to add mapping, and texture coordinate node, and then connect object input to mapping vector output, and then add color ramp to get rid of checker pattern. But this time, don't make gradient too much smoother, because we are making sclera. Now we will invert this color by using invert node from color menu. And boom, we will get our jelly white part. Now, mix down the node tree with our sclera node tree by adding mix color node, connect node, as I am connecting, and make factor to 1. This will give brighter look of eye, but if your character is dull, you can lower it. This is for beautiful woman, so I am giving brighter look. Okay, our sclera is complete now. Add frame and name it sclera. And also, don't forget to save. Okay guys, now it's time for creation of black pupil. The process is same, add gradient texture, then change mode to spherical, add mapping, and texture coordinate node, and for preview connect node with material output. Then add color ramp, but this time adjust the slider, and make pupil. Then select Mix Color node, and press Shift-D to duplicate node, and put in between the pupil node tree. And this time, change blend mode of Mix node to multiply and factor to 1. After connect the bottom Mix node with multiply Mix node. Now you can see this round dots around pupil. We don't want it. So to fix this, first disconnect the pupil node tree, then go to Edit mode, and select Pupil Vertices loop, and press Ctrl-B, we will get the new loop. Then select Inside Loop, and press twice G, and slide it towards center. This will fix our problem. Then again, connect the pupil node tree, and start adjusting the color ramp as I do. Okay, now frame it and give name pupil. Okay, now it's time adding veins. For that, Voronoi texture. Then add Mix Color node, change Mix Color node to vector. Because this time, we will use another texture output node to factor input of vector mix node. You will get the idea. Now do as I do. Then add texture coordinate node and connect it to point A of vector mix node. After add noise texture and connect it to factor input of vector mix node. This will give us wobbly look to our black and white texture. Now change the value, as I will do, because I will not give you precise value. Now just do as I do. Later you can tweak it, according to your taste. Okay, now mix down our veins node tree with sclera tree node by adding color mix node, and change blend mode to multiply, and connect our veins tree node to bottom socket of multiply color mix node. Lower the factor value, this will give realistic look of veins. Again here I am tweaking some value, and one thing, keep noise texture distortion to 0, no need to change. Now veins node tree is complete. Frame it, and give name veins. Now I want to give the maroon reddish color to border of iris. For that, go to Pupil Color Ramp and add one extra handle and give the color and adjust it. This is very minute detail, but it gives realism to our eye. Now we will control the pupil dilation. For that we will tweak the scale node of mapping node of pupil. For that, add the single value slider from input menu and connect it output to input socket of scale of mapping nodes. Then change value to again 1 to get back original result. Now when you slide the value you will see our pupil is dilating, but it's looking dead and boring, because pupil dilation happen due to the muscle movement. For that, connect our value output to iris color node tree in mapping node of scale socket of blue color node tree. Watch, you will get the idea. Okay, now if we slide the value slider, the dilation of eye will be natural. You will see that now iris muscle also contributing in dilation of pupil. Now we will create iris variation slider. Now we will use scale output of Voronoi texture. Add the value node from input menu, but first copy the value of our original scale value by pressing Ctrl+C, then join the value input to scale output and paste our original scale value in value node by pressing Ctrl+V on value node slider. Now we can control the variation on iris. Okay, now add our principal BSDF node in front of material output node. But when you put the BSDF node, you will see the shading issue occurring on pupil region. So to fix that, set roughness value to 1. This will fix our issue. Okay guys, now we will add the lens to our eye. For that we will use UV sphere on top of it, and we will make it transparent. So, add UV sphere, go to edit mode and scale it by pressing Alt-S. Scale should be just a little bigger than our eye. And one important thing, on front of our iris region quads faces should be there. Now, for material, we will make different node tree for Eevee and cycle render engine. Don't fear, for cycle, we are only going to use principal BSDF node, but for Eevee, more node will require. So let's start. First we will make Eevee, disconnect the BSDF node, and add a glass BSDF node from shader menu. Then add transparent BSDF node, and put it on bottom of glass BSDF. Now by pressing Shift plus Control, you can automatically connect it with mix shader node. After put mix node input to material output, our material is transparent, but black noise issue is occurring. So to fix this, add light path node from input menu. Now connect the is shadow input to mix shader factor output, then tick mark the option in material properties setting that I am doing, and also check the ray tracing is on. Now to make transparent, add value node and just put it in thickness output of material output node, and now you can see our beautiful eyes. Now frame it and name transparent Eevee. Okay, now for cycle, switch render mode to cycle and change the max sample of viewport to 10. You can set high. My PC is very poor, like me. Now for lighting setup, we will again switch to Eevee, because you know my PC is poor. Ha 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 ha. Now switch to render mode in Eevee and add area light from light menu and set light look, the famous 1-point lighting of eyes. Look how I set up. Now for lens of cycle, just set 0 in roughness value, and in transmission slider change value all the way up to 1. By this we will get the results. Let's test out.
We're waiting.
Okay, rendering is done. You can see result is good. Then again switch back to Eevee and frame principal BSDF and give name cycle transparent. Now, name our lens in Outliner menu. Then add subdivision surface to our lens. Then after, in edit mode, Alt-S, and scale it, little bit outward. Now we will check different lighting conditions in Material Preview. Okay, now it's time to add bump on iris to pop out muscle, little bit. For that, add bump node from vector menu, then connect it output to normal input of BSDF node. Now connect color mix node of iris node tree to height output of bump node, and boom. You can see the issue with pupil. We don't want bump on pupil. So to fix that, add color mix node in front of bump node, then put iris mix node to bottom socket and connect pupil node tree to factor output of mix color node. On iROD, pupil node tree will act as mask. After adjust the top color. Then adjust strength in bump node. For Eevee use, 0.7 value, and for cycle use, 0.5 value, which work best. Frame our bump node and name it Iris Muscle Bump. hide our lens. And now we will fix this weird lines around iris border. Open up our shader editor, then go in Iris Mask node tree, and start tweaking color ramp as I do. Boom! See, our problem is solved. For better precise sliding, you can press Shift, then slide. Okay guys, this is it. Our tutorial of making eye is completed. This is me, the man from small village. I hope you learned something from tutorial. Thank you, and don't forget to like and subscribe.